Hey Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Hungary. So I've been taking a moment here to analyze things. One of our problems is here, we could definitely, a lot of people have been saying I should maybe have looked to use Antioch to maybe push somebody. The problem is that I actually ran a game as Hungary, or maybe it was the Ottomans. And I tried to push into the Zulus with swordsmen. Now, granted, these swordsmen are a little bit stronger, but the problem is they get the impies so early that it's really hard to fight them. So what my current plan is, basically, is to just settle cities as efficiently as I can in terms of just general efficiency. Not to worry about playing around the Hungarians' bonuses, because I don't really plan on building much infrastructure aside from a few what do you call these? Campuses. Even if they're not getting the 50% production bonus, what I'm really looking for is just good adjacency and stuff like that. And then I'm looking to just build lots of units and start murdering everybody in the world. So I really just need encampments, commercial hubs, and campuses. Those are like the three districts I want to get up. And I don't mind if I'm not getting the full benefit of the Hungarians' 50% production bonus. A lot of people had questions about that, about why I settled the way I did and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's mainly down to experience, having played on deity. Yes, this is a very powerful strategy where you push with a city-state. However, there is a downside. And what I would much rather do is push once I have musketmen, which I can get very soon. If I can get musketmen, then I can levy the military of Antioch and push with musketmen into the Zulu and kill them relatively quickly. And then on my way there, what I'm going to do is just settle a bunch of cities. That's the current goal. I am going to actually delay settling this settler for a few turns. And I actually kind of forgot to put down pins, so I kind of forget where I was going to settle these cities. But yes, basically, I want to get to musketmen. And that's 6 techs away, so that's a lot of research. But apprenticeship is one of those techs, and it will give me production bonuses. So hopefully that kind of explains the logic behind my current moves. So I was going to settle out over here near these horses, so I think I will make that move, but I don't think I'm going to settle immediately. I'm going to wait a little bit because I want to wait for this to finish so that I get the free builder, which will be quite powerful. I'm going to start bringing this archer back as well. You want to buy my iron. My iron isn't super useful, so I will sell that, and I don't really care about my diplomatic favor. It's not really a particularly important resource for me in this game. What I really want to do is make sure that I hold onto the suzerainty of Antioch, so I might invest even more people in there. Let's get all these guys to heal up, and I finally got this iron up. And another thing people mentioned was that I had access to iron for a very, very long time. The problem was that I didn't have very convenient access to iron. This was a little bit out there and so on and so forth, and I didn't really have the gold to do it. So I couldn't do my own swordsman push. Now, I could have probably easily just purchased, again, Antioch and stuff like that. But I wanted to wait a little bit before I push because there's so many good cities to settle. And we're going to wait 2 turns with that settler so that we get the free builder. It will slightly slow down the city, but it will mean we'll be able to immediately improve these 2 horseman tiles and make some good use of that. So that's my current general plan. Settle as many cities as I can, and then push hard for a musketman push. We could maybe do a knight push, but the problem is we would have to build our own knights. I mean, we could go straight for knights, but I think musketmen just offer a little bit more value in terms of things. So this city definitely wants a commercial hub, so I'm going to place it now because I need the gold to be able to sustain my army. And upgrades and all that sort of stuff, and then my infrastructure. But I will finish this final builder. What is in your queue? You are making mostly, yeah, you're getting the basic infrastructure up. That's fine. So I have not a free build charge, but I have a build charge left. I might actually harvest this deer to boost this a little bit. And you're waiting one more turn, and you're coming back this way. So hopefully that kind of explains and makes it a little bit more obvious about why I'm doing the things the way that I'm doing them. So we can settle this city now that we have the free builder, and we'll go ahead and improve this. This will give this a really good tile. And we'll go hang out over there. This city doesn't really have any rivers to work on, so we're probably just going to do a granary monument and not worry about actually building districts in here, and mostly use it to build things like builders and traders. In fact, I'm going to put a pin here to remind myself. Builders / traders. Because we don't have any very good districts in here, so this city is mostly going to exist as a production center for empire-wide infrastructure. Now, it might be worth it to promote Amani here. Does Antioch have any luxuries that we care about? It has incense. I think we have incense, maybe? Let me check my resources. Yeah, we have 2 copies of incense. Mainly from that. Oh wait, I think this is whether or not you're suzerain, isn't it? Yeah, so we're already suzerain, so we're already getting that benefit. Antioch doesn't have a strategic resource we care about, so I don't think we need to improve in Mani anymore. I think it will be worth it to pick up Pingala. And stick Pingala in Győr, maybe. And just start getting that little bit more science and culture. So that's the current plan. You'll want to give me open borders. You'll probably give me a little bit more gold. No. Ottoman. So I think my first target is going to be the Zulu. And I want to push with Musketmen, because I feel like that will be a good time to do it. So we could harvest for 52, or we could chop for 41. We're going to harvest for 52, finish that builder. And then... what do we do with this builder charge now? Let's see. We are heading towards feudalism. So it might make sense to get the extra farm in here. We have good farm triangling over here. You're making a builder. Let's see, what could we do? What could we do? I definitely think farm triangle over there is good. And I want to make sure I have enough gold to be able to actually levy Antioch when the time comes. That's something I need to keep in mind. There's a tornado appearing over here near my empire. It's only a small one, which isn't a big deal. For the sake of it, though, I will make sure that I purchase this and get the second copy of horses online. And then I might get the silver online as well, just to make sure I have access to a strong production and gold tile. And then I'm going to start making these guys make their way back home. As you can see, the loyalty problem is a little bit less than it would be. We've got 2 more settlers coming out, and I'm thinking one settler is definitely going down around here. I think if I settle here, that'll open me up to settling over here. 1, 2, 3. So I think I'll settle back a tile, and then I'll settle on the stone and use this as a blocking / defensive city. And that should be just fine. Okay. So I think we were going to improve these plantations. As much as I'd like mines on these tiles, I think the plantation tiles will provide us with enough gold to be worthwhile throughout the game to sustain more units. I will take your delegation, that's fine. Alright, so we completed another settler in Buda. Let's go ahead and make sure we settle efficiently. So if I settle here, yeah, I'll settle right there. That seems to open up some options for me. We completed a settler in here. We want to get an encampment. We would also like to get campuses. There's a +4 campus right here, which is incredible, but it is adjacent to a volcano. On the other hand, we could get a commercial hub as well. There's a +4 commercial hub here, which isn't across the river, so if I were to build it here, it would be slightly more efficient. It's a real question of which one do we want to go for first. But I think we just get more settlers. We need a couple more. We need 1, 2, 3. And I think 3 more might be all we need. So this is going to be a tile purchase here. Get a farm triangle prepped and ready to go. And then we'll spend 1 more purchase in here to get this online. And now this city has 3 decent tiles. Although this one is slightly weaker than you might otherwise expect, but the gold is going to be very, very useful. I'm going to have you just kind of hang out on the stone, actually, now that I think about it. Visit your city for hospitality. Open borders. Sure thing. I'll go for that. Is apprenticeship, so that's going to give us a little bit more production from these sorts of tiles and stuff like that, which makes them a lot more valuable. Particularly the salt is a lot better. We're going to go ahead now, and we want to essentially get to gunpowder as fast as possible. So that's going to involve a bit of work. It might be worth it to pick up ironworking and then go straight for gunpowder. We need to get campuses up. Okay, in here we completed the monument, so these borders grow a little bit quicker. We're going to want to get a encampment right here, I think. Need to be careful about how I spend my money, because I still need to make sure I have enough money to levy Antioch. We'll put an encampment here. That'll give us a strong defensive line against the Zulus. They'll have a very hard time pushing into us. And we'll kind of keep moving on from there. Alright, so I think we definitely want to get the tobacco online. We have a plantation there, let's get another plantation over there. That'll give this city +1 housing as well. And then we might look to do some other stuff with this city too. A little bit of volcanic eruption over here. Alright. Refuse deal. I don't really want to trade with the AI right now. I kind of want to just focus on what I'm doing. So we'll settle right here. We'll improve that. This city is definitely going to need a watermelon granary. I think we're going to want to do maybe like commercial hub encampment here. So we'll just immediately place the commercial hub and grab a granary because this city's going to struggle to grow. So we'll go granary watermill to get this city to actually be useful and growing. I don't really have other tile improvements right now, which is fine. How is the growth in here? It's fine. I could probably work a little bit more growth. 8 turns to grow. I think that's worth it. Even if we lose out on these bonus resources, growing a little bit quicker in here appeals to me a lot. Because the more population I have, the more tiles I can work and the better off I am.
The Lord made his invincibility.
Ah, I did not see this. You're gonna have to run away. You're probably dead. Fine. See if we can't settle there. And now I really need to get my campus up because I need my science to increase, so we're going to focus on that. I'm also going to go ahead and get the researcher promotion. That will give this city a decent chunk more science, which will mean we get to Muskamin a lot sooner. You can see Muskamin is now 23 turns instead of 30, so we're on the right track here, as far as I can tell. Okay, you have 2 build charges. It would have been efficient to chop that out first before I placed that, but it's all fine. Don't really have tiles we need to improve. Let's see here. This is a great tile. These 2 are definitely great tiles. Could definitely improve the sheep. We have a spare build charge in the capital. And if I put a farm there, I could do what? What do I want to do over here? It's hard to know exactly what the plan is with this builder charge. Go harvest that to get that city a little bit more advanced. Keep moving this way, and we'll just keep going, right? We're making good progress. Making good progress. We're getting our cities out, which is the most important thing. Yep, he died like I expected. That's going to mean I need units down this way. Unfortunately, it's going to mean that. So we have a spare build charge here. City has plenty of growth. It could use a production tile. And a production tile might look like one of these desert mines improved with 3 production. So we'll lock that in for sure, because that's worth just straight up more than this one is. Since we have plenty of growth from other tiles, we can focus on working these production tiles. Alrighty. So you have your basics. I would love to get my campus up in this city as well. It would take 11 turns. Now, unfortunately, the question is it worth it to buy all the way out here? And I think it is. It's only 200 gold, but it will get me a +5 campus, which is really, really important for my long-term ability to get to musketmen at a reasonable time. So alrighty. So we want to settle this right here, even if it's slightly inefficient. We'll be able to settle the stone over there later. Do I want to improve these cattle? I think it might be worth it to improve these cattle. Give this city even just in the short term better tiles. We're definitely going to want a commercial hub at some point in here. So I'm just going to place it because we'll go granary, watermill, and try to get this city to develop and grow nice and quickly so that it can be more useful. We're going to harvest here. That'll finish the watermill. So now the city is in a bit of a position where it can be more useful to me. It's going to need another builder to finish off these 2 farming tiles. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the monument first so that it can grow its borders. And then I'll grab the builder, and then I'll build the commercial hub in that order. That's the plan with this city. I need a source of gold to be able to keep going here. So I think you will become a swordsman, even though I really don't want to do that. I don't want to spend that money. You know, again, I'm saying I don't want to spend the money, right? And I say that all the time because I want to save the money for other things, but sometimes you just have to spend the money. And I often get comments like, oh, Potato said he didn't want to spend the money, and that, like, Potato says he doesn't want to spend the money and then he spends the money. It's not because, like, just saying I don't want to spend the money, like, what that means is I don't want to have to do this the way that I am forced to do it in order to be efficient, right? That doesn't mean, like, when I say I don't want to spend the money, that doesn't mean the most effective, like, that doesn't mean the most effective thing that I could do with that money is not spend it, right? So that's something to keep in mind, that I say things like that, but you have to understand what it means. So I'm going to chop this tile so that I can feed production in here, get the granary a little bit sooner, and then I want to improve the cattle and then put a mine there, and then that'll be all the build charges in this city. We've almost got the campus up, which is going to be very useful. So the swordsman is done now. So if I do a shot and then attack with the swordsman, this should be almost a kill. And he shouldn't, in theory, this guy shouldn't be able to do full damage to this archer. We chop here. You wait a turn. You can actually go there and get that mine up now. And we're going to go ahead and get the library as well. So we're currently now down to 19 turns to get gunpowder, so we're getting there really, really quickly. I'm going to go up to maximum with Antioch because I want to make sure I sustain that suzerainty because I need all these swordsmen when they convert into musketmen. We have another warrior here. We're just going to use a musketman rush. I'm going to want to get a... see how his cities are getting stronger, so we're going to need musketmen. If I had pushed with swordsmen, his cities would have been too strong for me to take with swordsmen and no battering ram. So, you know, a little bit of foresight goes a long way. So now we have one really strong production tile in here. That's good. That means the city is going to produce much quicker. No deal. This barbarian scout is doing everything in its power to be the maximum amount of annoying that it can possibly be. Nope, not interested in your trade deals. I could be selling my strategics to the AI. That actually might be a good move. Let's have a look and talk to Eleanor. What would you give me? So she doesn't want iron. What about Gilgamesh? So he would buy this, although he has no gold per turn. That's too much. Oh, that's odd. He was going to give me more. So he'll give me 85 gold for 13 iron. That seems pretty good. The Cree. $7 gold per turn and 7 gold. Deal. From him. Make sure we're selling off our strategics. There's no point them be sitting at the maximum cap. So now I want to settle down here, but there's a barb camp being annoying. I have a settler here. Let's go ahead and get this city settled. How many more settlers do I need? I have one here. I need one here. I'd like another one up here. And I need these cities settled for loyalty purposes later on. Right now it's not a big deal, but I do need to get more settlers. Okay, we're getting to the tech. Yes, stay friends with Gilgamesh. And we're going to probably build our own bombards is the plan, and just use the infantry from the city-states with our own bombards is the kind of current plan. So I don't see any particularly good districts in here. So this city, again, its job is to build stuff like builders so that I can have a constant supply of builders in my empire. So basically, you know, just do that. Not really much use for you other than to make builders and traders and other infrastructure stuff for me. So if I go here, I can shoot him. And now we can go start clearing out this barb camp and maybe settle it later. When I get to this tile. We almost have Niter unlocked, we're getting there. We'll have another campus soon, which will provide us with a lot more science per turn. We have this one done. We got the campus in here. Do I want to get another settler in here? Let me have a think about that. I want a settler down here. I have a settler for here. I want maybe 2 settlers up here. Probably can justify 2. So 1, 2, 3. Question is, I could also be building. So what we're going to do is we're going to go gunpowder, then we're going to backfill for catapults, and then we want to go for metal casting is kind of the idea here. We might pick up machinery for lumber mills. It's an option. So yeah, I kind of want to get a settler here. And I think I will. Let's get you moving. Making good progress. For civic, there's feudalism. We can now slap in the +2 build charges. Now that we have feudalism, I think we want to go for monarchy, because that's a more militaristically inclined government. Has a lot of slots for military policies that we can make use of in order to build an army and then attack our opponents. So it's kind of a delayed domination, where we make sure we get all of our infrastructure up. Well, our critical infrastructure, to make sure these cities are useful. So in terms of this city, I will go ahead and put a mine there. And again, I don't want to spend this gold, but it is worth it for me to spend it and just basically immediately rush out the campus in here, maybe? Yeah, I think it's worth it to rush the campus in here. Because these are basically all the campuses I plan to build. I'm going to rely on these to give me the majority of my early to mid-game sites. So the sooner I get them up, the better. See, down we're down to 19 turns, but the city will grow. We completed the campus in here. Will that library have a significant impact on how fast we get gunpowder? Not really. It would take 7 turns. That would be about a 5% increase in our science. It's less than 20 turns, so it would probably shave like a turn or two off of how long it takes us to get there. Probably shave a turn off. So spending 7 turns producing a library would give me 1 turn off. Or we could start producing important infra stuff like battering rams, siege towers, catapults, all that sort of stuff. The library in here was produced much quicker and much earlier, so it was much more impactful. We are going to want that library, just right now isn't the time. So we have a lot more food in our empire now. We want to make sure we're keeping up with the food production. So let me have a look in here. So it's still a very low amount of turns to grow. I think I'm going to prioritize just maxing out these farms, keeping them working, so that we can get a large food surplus and grow this city relatively quickly, and so that it can work these other really good tiles. Let's get you moving. Antioch. You still got a nice little military that I'll be able to take advantage of soon. We're getting there. In terms of builder charges, this is a really good tile. I don't want to purchase it. I'm just going to have you sitting there and wait. You're going to become a swordsman next turn, and I'll push down there. So things are lining up nicely for me as far as I can tell. There's nothing going catastrophically wrong. Actually, could this city down here use 4 build charges? It probably could, now that I look at it. Why don't you get down there and see if you can help that one out. Put a farm here. We'll put a farm here as well. My empire is very farm heavy. Which, you know, has a lot of downsides, but it's fine. Yes. This actually works out pretty good for me, because I do plan to attack at some point. Do I want to vote for that though? I'll submit it. But I don't know if I'm really ready to commit to that war. It's just a few turns too soon. We will be liberating Palanque. I forgot to upgrade this guy. I misclicked there. A small mistake. Put a farm there. So now I want to make sure I'm working all 3 of these farms, because the objective is to grow the city as fast as possible. I want to grow my cities up so I can work the maximum amount of useful tiles. I really want to vote yes because of this, the +1 gold per turn for their envoys, but I'm worried about it not going well for me, so I'm going to vote no. Because I'm not ready to attack. I could probably levy. Well, what I probably could have done is levied these and then used them to defend, but I don't want him to be thinking about war right now. And I think the AI's behavior changes when they're at war, which is the opposite of what I want. I want them to be unassuming, thinking I am unassuming, not thinking about war, acting as if, oh, you know, everything is fine, etc. And any sort of decision that would push them in the direction of war would not be good for me. I want to make sure I'm working food. I want the city to grow. There is niter here. It's actually critically important that we get that online so that we can get our own musketmen. We already have a copy of niter online somewhere. I vote for great generals, and I say that economic city-states should give us more. Don't really have the diplo power to spend much, but we could throw a couple votes out there. Moderate flood, that's kind of annoying. So it's great admirals and trade city-states, nice. So this actually does a significant amount of damage. We're going to have to delay getting this niter online. We got a battering ram. I really don't want a Dark Age. So how do I get that last point? Siege tower, we've got the battering ram. So we should be able to win this fight, no problems. So how the hell do I get that last little bit? I've already settled desert. Settling tundra, can we get there in time? We can just about get there in time. That sucks. Alright, nice. We got a settler. So that is a settler for up around here. This settler will go up here, and then one final settler will go over here. We're going to take a governor title. Connoisseur is a good one to pick up for the extra culture. It means we get our government a little bit quicker. Okay, we're almost ready for war. We just got this final tech to get here, gunpowder. So now we need to be really concerned about how much gold we have to make sure that we can levy the military here. Nope. No trading.
I like to say I practice militant mysticism.
Alright, we got the watermill and the granary in this city. So this city is producing pretty good amounts of stuff. We're going to need the same monument. I got granary and watermill. So now I need to get the commercial hub up. We have another builder in here. I will go ahead and improve this city's production capability because the city has one job, and that is to produce builders. So the more production I get out of here, the more builders I get in the long term, so that's a worthwhile investment. It's going to get you to heal up for a turn. You're not necessary because I forgot. Because I failed to upgrade him, it actually had a large outcome. A large impact on the outcome there. So we'll go ahead and improve that cotton as well. Alright, so we have a commercial hub here. We want to get the market for trade routes. I don't see a particularly important campus over here. So we're just going to prioritize getting the market for the gold income so that we can sustain purchasing military units and upgrades and all that sort of stuff throughout the game. Kill that camp, got us a little bit of gold. We're going to go ahead and build that plantation right there, very good. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, 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 yes. I know my empire sucks. You tell me consistently. Yes, 10 gold for those two. Seems pretty reasonable. Take that 10 gold per turn.
Few inventions have been so simple.
So we can make knights now if we want to, which we might do once we get to monarchy with the divine right promotion. We'll see. Right now, I'm focused on trying to settle. And, you know, don't ever send your settlers out alone in multiplayer, by the way. This is something you can exclusively do in single player because the AI doesn't punish it. And even then, sometimes it backfires on me. But 99% of the time, it's usually fine. Let's get this wall up. So I kind of predicted that almost exactly when it happens. To get these walls up right at the right moment. So now we have to levy to defend ourselves. But I want to make sure I don't lose any of these swordsmen. That's really, 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 really important. And now I want to get 2 archers. And these 2 archers will fight. No, I want to get archers, is what I'm saying, so I can defend myself a little bit better. Archers are not that strong against these particular units, but they will be inside districts with promotions, which will make them decent enough to defend with. Continue to trade with Antioch, because that's a lot of gold. So now if I put this mine here, this city is now producing quicker. Unfortunate timing, he hit me right before I got my critical tech upgrade that allowed me to beat him. This happens to me in almost all of my games. I'll be trying to hit a particular timing, and so there it is. This is what happens to me almost every game. I try to play Hungary. I get people buy out my city-state right from underneath me the turn after I levy, or when I'm in a critical point in the war. So that's why I don't go all in on the city-state strategy, because that happens to me all of the time. I just invested 450 gold to get these 4 swordsmen, 5 swordsmen, and then the turn later, or some indeterminate time in the future, the AI buys out this city-state from under me. So that's why, I don't know why, a lot of people have been saying, oh, you know, Hungary is so easy, Hungary is this, Hungary is that. But for whatever reason, I have potato luck, right? And no matter what I do when I'm playing Hungary, something always goes catastrophically wrong. I have a particular timing I'm trying to hit with my musketman. Shaka attacks me. Not like too... Like he attacks me too... Like he attacks me at like the perfect time. If he attacked me earlier, I would have been happy maybe transitioning and just using swordsmen to fight him, right? But if he attacks me any later, I could just wait for musketmen. But he attacks me right at the perfect time where I have a really tough decision where I feel like I have invested so much that I have to wait for the musketmen, but I can't defend myself. So like this is what happens in all of my games. So that's hopefully that explains why I didn't just go all in on the city-state strategy, because against DD AI in particular, it's so easy to just have the rug pulled from underneath you, and that's why I went for a more traditional game as Hungary. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Hungary is so easy. Hungary is this. Hungary is that." But like every time I've tried to do this, something catastrophic goes wrong, and that's why I didn't like make it my thing that I'm relying on. So I went for other strategies. So this settler, we're definitely going to settle 2 cities up here. So go there. So now my settlers are basically done, and I can start building my military production infrastructure. There's a boost for rifling. There's no way we could have ever built an armory in time. Not with the particular way the game is demanding that I play. And then the barb camp appears over here that I have to deal with, so all of my military is out of position. So you can kind of see how it's always a perfect storm of things that go wrong for me. And I don't think you can like attribute it to, you know, me being bad or me playing incorrectly. I don't think so. I think it's just I have really, really bad luck. And it's just like the AI always, whenever I'm playing, I don't know what it is, but the AI just seems to hit like that perfect moment of my window of vulnerability, and you know, kind of trash me using that. So let's get rid of this. I should have used the city shot maybe. So let's do some more chopping in here to get this city to produce more archers to defend itself. I'd like an archer parked behind this. We're also going to use a couple of horsemen to defend ourselves. Okay, let's have a look at what this city is using and producing. These are all perfectly reasonable tiles that I would like to work. This 2-charge builder. I think we're going to chop here to try and get stuff out a little bit sooner, even if it means I don't get quite as many lumber mills later, without more significant investments. I think it's fine. Pop him out to the left here so that I can do a little bit of a dodge maneuver. So this is worrying. I don't have the money to levy again. This unupgraded one is... Ah, that was a mistake. So archers are cheap and will be available readily. So the reason I moved this swordsman here is so I could do this maneuver. So if he tries to chase the archer, he'll be now surrounded and take a bunch of damage. Really want to improve this, so you're just going to wait there. This goes here. Doesn't have much growth, it'll be fine. Settle on the salt. The salt is a good tile, so I shouldn't settle on it. I'll settle right there. That'll open up potentially another settle over here if I want to start pushing into Samaria later. Samaria typically has really good science gain, so that might be a tough fight. Look, we're not too far behind to where we would normally be in a game. We're only at like, yeah, we're pretty good science gain here. So I need to save more money to re-levy these troops. See, that's one of the things that kind of bothers me about this whole Hungary strategy. And like, we even got 2 extra envoys from levying, you know what I mean? So theoretically, we should have been doing really, really well in terms of the things. And I invested basically all of my envoys into Antioch. And still it was pulled out from underneath me. Okay. So this city, we're going to go just watermill granary. And then we're going to improve the salt, because that'll give me a decent tile to work in here. We're going to hold on to these. You see, and he's hitting me, like you can see, I'm just getting ready to start producing military, and he's hit me just before I'm ready. So, it's a very typical experience for me to have this happen. This civil service, we can now make alliances. I'm not going to make an alliance. I might make an alliance with Sumeria, actually. Can I make a military alliance with you? I'll even give you, like, a little... No, you'll probably just take it. Would you give me any Diplo favor? Okay, so I need to make decisions about what the critical target is. I think the swordsman needs to die. Swordsman is gone. We're now in a normal age. And we are going to grab... reform the coinage, even though we only have a couple of trade routes. It's fine. Speaking of trade routes, I want to make sure I slip in a trader into this production queue. It's more important than builders. Mark it in here. Good stuff. So this city's job is going to be military production as well. There's an amazing industrial zone over here in the late game. So I could set this city up for long-term production or short-term production. I think this particular city, with its terrain, is very much set up to be a late game city. So we're going to just put a little tag on here. Late game production. Because it has a lot of flat land that it'll be able to feed all these hills, and has a really good industrial zone that it will be able to feed into other stuff. I will want another builder charge up here, but for now that's fine. I did have to spend a bit of money on that, which kind of is not ideal. I'm going to chop out this settler because I just need it as fast as possible. And we have a good surround here. We actually haven't even researched military tradition, which is definitely a mistake. I usually pick that up, but I guess I just forgot this game. That's going to mean a significant drop in the amount of damage we can do to this guy. In fact, we're going to have to do this sort of a thing. Completed the settler. You move this way. I want to get the Black Marketer promotion on Magnus so that I can produce strategic resource dependent units in my capital en masse. But for now, I'm gonna just need to suck it up and build some knights in these cities. Knights are gonna be a useful unit. I think you should be safe to move there now. Let's get you to wait until the city has another worker. A citizen, rather. I want you up over here improving these mines for this industrial zone. So that's the sort of thing I was looking towards. We can do a shot there, then we can attack there, and then we can attack there. Right, we killed that unit. We got the encampment in here. Let's go ahead and get the barracks and the armory. Commercial hub. Need more trade routes to make sure that we can sustain our unit. Production. Oh shoot, I completely forgot to get walls in here. Let's get walls after this. Where is the loyalty in here coming from? The Zulus better not be in a golden age. I swear to God, that's the last thing that I need. Alright, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to directly support my channel. Remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. Don't forget to check me out on Twitch TV/PotatoMcWhiskey. We will be playing there regularly. In fact, today is Tuesday when this video releases. And guess what? There's a 99% chance that I will be recording a live stream today. So if you're watching this video, you probably already missed it, or it's still happening on Twitch TV/PotatoMcWhiskey. Other than that, I want to say I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time.